So this one, you guys, it's called Seropus or Katuk. Comes from Borneo. Take it, taste it.
What's the difference of taking just the leaves or breaking it from there?
So another question. Let me finish what I'm doing. Take it. Everybody take some leaves.
Katuk, K-U.
K-A-T-U-K. Take a leaf. Feel it. You guys, when you taste things on this door, really feel them on your tongue. Really taste them. As we become more in tune with the plants, we become more in tune with its nutrition. Like, savor it and just feel it on your tongue. Feel the different sensations that it brings. What do you guys think of that one? What does it remind you a little bit of? It's almost like a peanut, but in a leaf.
I was gonna say, yeah, it's kind of nutty.
So it's called Katuk. And does everybody understand? So the goal here is to take a plant and then bring a lesson. So the plant is Katuk or Seropus. The lesson is the benefits of perennials versus annuals. Does everybody know the difference entre perenne y anual? Una planta que es perenne o una planta que es anual? ¿Alguien? Does anybody know the difference?
So that you eat from it.
A perennial seeds itself and keeps going, and whereas an annual, after the year is done, it kind of dies and you have to replant it.
So an annual is like a tomato or corn or beans or cucumber or squash. And what it is you take a seed, you plant it. It has this life that could be anywhere from 2 months to 4 months. It grows for a while, it makes its fruit, and then it dies. All within a matter of a few months. That's an annual. Okay? Most of our diets are annuals. Now, all of a sudden we all hear about superfoods is the big craze, right? All the superfoods pretty much except chia are mostly all perennial. Perennial is, now write this down because this is my original thought and it's gonna take over the world. Like watch what's about to happen. I'm that confident about it. We have all these diet trends, right? It was in the 70s, it was macrobiotic, right? Were you a hippie in the 70s?
I was a hippie kid.
Yeah. In the is that what your parents were into?
Totally.
Yeah. In the 70s, if you were a hippie, you were into macrobiotic, which is like whole grains. You know, it's like miso. It's
Brown
like very
rice and
Japanese. And then in the 80s, it was like whatever it was. In the 90s, it was like the Zone, and then Atkins and protein rich, and then it was the raw food. Now it's what's it called? Paleo, and people are all paleo, and they're meat and greens and no carbs, no carbs, and what's that? And then superfoods, like in the hippie kind of conscious world, became the thing. Now, what we need to do is it's not all about us and our health, We become so. My friend has this song. It's called "The Man from Marin," and it's got this one line in it. It goes, I eat my superfood shipped in from far away. Only a man from Marin could afford to pay. I mean, we spend all this money to get goji berries from China, and we're going to get acai from Brazil, and that's the kind of so now the kind of diet that we need to focus on is a perennial diet. We need to merge our own health with the planet's health. My very good friend. So in 2000, when Juan Pablo first came here to live, it was me. We had the triangle. It wasn't Marcos in the triangle. It was me, Juan Pablo, and this guy Atom. And Atom was the first raw foodist that we ever knew. Die-hard, annoying raw foodist. You know those? Who?
There's Juan Pablo.
Who, Atom? No. He does. He has a restaurant now in Arizona, actually. I haven't seen him in years, and neither is Juan Pablo. But we talk about him all the time because we were like the triangle. And it just so happened, Maria Fernanda was my girlfriend.
Oh, really?
And Juan Pablo had a girlfriend that was here, and Atom had and we were like, and then there was a couple other people there, and we were deep, man. We were eating raw food, and we were doing yoga every day, and we were having men's circles 5 times a week, and we were freaking hippies. And we were really like, Maria Fernanda's daughter lived here, and we were just talking about, this was 2000, so we were like really in this whole trip. And Atom, he came up with this thing, and he called it grain damage.
Green damage.
You know, and I'm not judging anyone. We eat a lot of grains. I'm not saying that it's wrong, but the idea is starting to shift from a diet that's focused more on perennials and less on annuals. Not only will it be better for our health, but it's better for the planet's health. Now, a perennial are things like avocados, things like cacao, things like Brazil nuts, things like almonds, things like cashews, things like hazelnuts, things like most of the nuts except peanuts, pretty much are perennial.
And all the grains annuals?
Are all the grains annuals? That's a really good question.
And actually, I heard most of what you said have fat.
Yes. Yes.
See,
They have
healthy
fats. All the palms, coconut, acai, what you had the other day, pehiwayas, which I know there was on the list for them to harvest today, so you're going to eat more.
What?
Fat, oil, fat. So a pehibaya, each pehibaya that's this big, so the indigenous people, when they used to, it was the main part of their diet. So Christopher Columbus came to Costa Rica in 1502, and if you read his journals, whatever the Spanish didn't adulterate, he, fucking Spanish. I'm just kidding. He wrote in his journal about the indigenous people living in Costa Rica, and he spoke all about them. What really struck him is that their diet was all based around this palm fruit, which they ate all throughout the year. Now, today we have pehibaya about 8 months a year, or here maybe 6 months a year. On really extensive pehibaya farms, they might have it 8 months a year, but in the old days they had it 12 months a year because they had so many varieties. They were obsessed with their pehibaya, or peach palm. It's where heart of palm comes from. So in the same tree, it makes heart of palm. It also makes the peach palm, the yellow fruit that you had the other day. Each one is about between 300 and 400 calories. The indigenous people would go off hunting, and they would just bring a little satchel of peach palms with them, and they just nibble them as they're going. They're fucking charged. Talk about superfoods. I'm ready to start a pehibaya flour company because it's hard to. There's a few different ways to do it. You can send them in jars, or you can sell them in flour, which I make fish crusted in pehibaya flour. It's amazing. So it's a fatty, oily. It's like potato meets the oiliest avocado. It's amazing.
And it's the best, one of the best forms of medium chain triglycerides, the MCT oil, which is like the most.
It's amazing.
The best oil you can.
Another one that I'm really excited about is called sacha inchi, which sacha inchi in Quechua in Peru means false peanut. It's a vine that has the highest balance of omegas of any other plant. ¿Estás entendiendo?
¿Cómo se llama? Cachao.
Sacha inchi. Sacha means false. Inchi means peanut. False peanut in Quechua. You could buy it now in San Jose at the Green Center and a lot of those places. There's a group in San Jose. I've been planting it for 15 years. Now it's just kind of coming de moda. What's that?
Sacha means false.
Sacha means false.
False money.
Yeah, it's like false peanut. And we can even collect some while we're going around and even toast it so you can taste it. It's like it almost tastes like fish.
I love that stuff.
It has like a fishy taste to it, like fish oil. It's amazing.
Con chocolate.
It's a seed. It's a nut. Yeah, we can put it in our chocolate tonight. So as we go around, remind me. Did you guys all harvest in the last since we did with the?
We have like a good bit of sacha inchi, I think.
Oh, really? Because with the group, remember with the yoga group.
We were doing it.
Yeah. It's very labor intensive. But I went to Pucallpa, Peru, to the Amazon to help get a cooperative certified organic many years ago, and I'm telling you that plant is gonna hit.
Yeah.
But it's all about getting. I'm not saying never eat rice or never eat corn, but focusing more on perennials because not only are they better for us and our health, but they're better for the planet. Why are they better for the planet? Has anybody here ever grown any grains? Raise your hand if you've grown grains, corn or rice.
No,
A little bit.
amaranth.
And what was it like?
Well, for me, it's like a tall grass.
No, but what was growing it like? Did you grow a field of it, or just a few for
like
elote?
Like from here to the beach,
And what was it like?
like a tall grass.
But what was it like getting ready to do it?
It's a whole year for the land.
Labor intensive.
Very labor intensive.
No, totally.
So we're
And
Bill
actually,
Mollison,
It's dicey because if the rain
Or the mapaches.
cold come in the,
or the mapaches.
then you lose the crop.
Yep, the mapaches. Most animals they love corn. They're
I
smart too.
would have said it's barely sustainable to depend on it for survival
No.
for a family.
Well, you can depend on it if you have a lot of chemicals and machines.
No.
And gas to run the machines. No, but that's the reality. That's why my
That's the
friend.
United
That's
States.
why my friend at home he called it grain damage. It's not that good. You know when you eat a lot of rice or you eat a ton of corn at the end, how do you feel? You know?
You go to sleep.
So, so I've grown rice here before. I've grown corn here before. I've grown a lot of these things to make enough for tortillas. I've done it. It's a fuckload of work. A lot of work. Sorry for that bad word, but that's how much work it is. It's so much work. And there's all kinds of work. Oh, it's not so much work. We could just get a tractor. You know?
That defeats all purpose.
Then you have supporting war and you're supporting. That's where permaculture comes in. We start analyzing all of the energy it takes to get our goal, which is to fill our bellies and feel strong, right? Isn't that our goal?
Time.
We want to eat yummy things. We want to feel strong. We don't want to spend too much money. Like, we have all these different things, but we're always in our brain. We're assessing and evaluating subconsciously the energy that it's going to take. And if it's not the machines doing it, it's a group of low-paid workers in Mexico. I've seen it. You know, it's like, so these are just things to start thinking about when we think about food, diet, energy, health. It's a holistic approach, and that's where the perennials come in. And I know this all went up, but Katuk, the reason why I even started saying that is because when I first got here, I was kind of a hippie, and I wanted to grow salad, and I brought all these little salad seeds, and it's hard to grow salad here. Lettuce.
Did anyone want to try the berries?
You can eat the berries too. It's hard to grow lettuce.
Give me one.
Lettuce
Can I
is
try
pointless
one?
in nutrients.
And it's pointless nutrients. The
you.
Katuk, can you guys, come on, can you taste the nutrients? Like, you know when you drink carrot juice, it's just like,
Have you been putting that in the salad?
yeah, every day. Take a
That's the
big
one I
handful.
keep
Really
asking what it is.
juice it. Juice it. You guys, take a big handful and juice it with your teeth. What? Juice the Katuk with your teeth.
¿A qué te recuerda?
Would corn be worth growing though?
A bugambilia. Sabe a flor de bugambilia.
Because right now we're buying it.
En serio. Tengo ahí, vamos a probar.
We have to buy it, so why not just grow?